Hello, Sagittarius. So before we begin your reading, I have two cards for you, one from Lay Vampire and one from Chakra Wisdom. And what you pulled from Lay Vampire is her last day in the light. Unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. And all three of those speak about change in your life. So this card talks about if you feel like you are in the darkness right now, there may be some harsh shifts and changes going on in your life, but they will lead you back into the light. And it's saying that these changes are going to create the perfect conditions for you to find enlightenment and to further the development of your soul. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Instinct again, which is nice to see. And instinct again tells you to let go of all other senses but your pure instinct, and that it will lead you to a higher ground. So I feel like whatever changes may be going on right now, they may feel like they're really harsh, but it's going to lead you into a much better place, but you need to follow your instincts to get there. Okay, Saggy. Here is the energy coming through. Wow. The King of Cups. The King of Cups can represent a water sign. This is somebody who is emotionally wise, very open, very loving. And the difference between him and the Queen is that the Queen gets caught up too much in the feelings and the emotions of others, where the King's a little bit more wise about his emotional state. And seeing that, I feel like this is a person coming through. I don't feel like this is your energy. I really feel like this reading might be centered around a person. And I wonder what kind of changes this person's going to cause in your life. And in the past, so the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is all about feeling like you might be juggling a little bit too much right now. This is where you need to find some balance. And it also speaks about being careful about where you spend your money as well. So there's this feeling of needing change for sure to create some balance, because, you know, juggling so much at once sucks. It just throws a monkey wrench in everything you're doing. But I still feel like this is a person here. Oh, wow. In the present, the Emperor. The Emperor is all about order, power, and structure. This is about getting your house in order and getting control of your situation. So it's good to see, because in the past, where there's this feeling of juggling too much or being in this juggling act, the Emperor comes in and says, oh, hell no, we're going to get our shit together. So I'm still wondering where this person is tying in. But I definitely feel like this is a person coming through. And yeah, with the Emperor, that's definite change. Oh, wow. Future conditions. Judgment. I've been seeing this one a lot lately. So judgment. Judgment's all about rising up to hear the call. And looking at your past with joy rather than regret. And seeing that in future conditions. I mean, you know, when you look at the Two of Pentacles, even as like, you know, a problem, it's minor. It's so minor. So it's like there's some major changes going on as far as what you're doing for yourself. You're getting your situation in order and you're okay with your past. You know, and again, with judgment, I always say the same thing. When you look at it with the World and then going back into the Fool, that whole sequence in tarot talks about reincarnation. And you don't want to go into the Fool without being okay with your past. You have to be okay. You can't carry any negative with you when you take that leap of faith through the Fool. So, you know, and I'm still wondering here where this King is tying in. Oh, yes, there's the change, the best path to follow. The Tower is the best path to follow, is saying that there needs to be change. So the Tower is about getting rid of limiting thoughts and beliefs, clearing out that junk, That tower needs to come crashing down because it was built on a false foundation. Now, again, it's like change. I mean, everything in the description here, it's just different ways of explaining change, sudden endings, shifts. When you look at the tower, that's shocking change, needing to have some shocking change in your life. And again, the beauty in this card, the beauty is being able to rebuild something so much better than what you had before. And, you know, I wonder, looking at these two here, if there needs to be a change in the way that you look at your past. But what your past suggests here is not that bad. And you're definitely getting control of the situation. So even though there may be this sudden change and this crumbling of this tower, the Emperor's going to come in and go, oh no, we're going to get this all back together. But still, that King of Cups there. Yep. Yes. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is all about the emotional bonding between two people. This can suggest a relationship. And that is where this person is now starting to tie in. And look at the twos. You know, I wonder if there's this feeling of juggling a relationship right now. It's like there's this want to bond in your environment, but man, there's some changes that need to happen here. I mean, these are some heavy hitters. And again, with her last day in the light, the whole card is centered around change, but change in order to receive like enlightenment and to develop the soul, you know. And then when you look at that with the Tower, yeah, it's shocking change. Things are changing. Your hopes and your fears, you know, see, I feel like looking at this with that King of Cups sitting there, you know, again, I can't let go of that feeling. This is a person. And there is this want to have emotional bonding in your environment. But I feel like this is a relationship that you're juggling, and it may be because there is competition around you. The Five of Wands. Five of Wands speaks about competition. It also speaks about brainstorming. Now, when you look at it at a relationship standpoint, the Five of Wands speaks about going after somebody that may be pursued by several people. But with the Five of Wands, it's like you have something to offer here. This is about needing to have faith and belief in yourself. You do have something to offer somebody. But it's like this juggling act. You know, how do you get past this to get to this? And then there's all this change going on here. Oh, and the outcome. Now, you know, looking at this with that Two of Cups sitting there, to me, the Page of Wands, when you look at the description in this card, this is about messages coming through to go after what you're passionate about. But the difference with the Page is that what you're going after may seem like it's bigger than yourself. But you have the passion and the drive to go after it. And when you look at that above the Five of Wands, yes, again, you know, the Five of Wands, you come out on top. This is needing to believe that if this is a relationship that you want, you can do this. You can have this. You can have this emotional bonding with this person. You know, in Judgment, again, you need to look at your past with joy rather than regret. So, you know, and looking at that this way, you know, the Six of Cups isn't showing up. But, you know, when you look at Judgment, I wonder if maybe this is a past relationship. And it's like, needing to be okay with what happened in the past so that you can move forward into this feeling of emotional bonding. But, again, the Page of Wands, you can do this. If this is what you want, you can have this. And the 5 is saying you have something to offer, not to worry about any kind of competition. And, in the past where there's this feeling of like juggling this relationship, it's like now there's some passion and fire there, but it's like, because there's some things that need to be worked on here. And again, when you look at instinct, it tells you that your instincts will lead you to a higher ground, and your higher ground is the Page of Wands. This may seem like it might be unattainable, but it is, and you have the passion to do it. And when you look at what's going on here with her last day in the light, and it's speaking about all this change going on, but it leading you out of the darkness and back into the light, I feel like that this relationship has really great potential for you. Whether this is like a need to strengthen a bond with somebody that you have right now, there's definitely a need to change what you're doing personally. And then also, this card talks about the past may feel like it's in rubbles and ruins. And looking at that with judgment, again, needing to review your past with joy rather than regret. I'm really getting this overwhelming feeling of this juggling of a relationship and having this passion for this person and wanting to have this emotional bonding, but there's some things that need to be worked out here first. Looking at this, the more that I think about it, when you have, this juggling situation going on and you have this relationship here, and then when you look at the changes that you need to go through and getting your house in order, I have to wonder if maybe what's going on here is you need to look at the way that you treated relationships in the past and do what you need to do to change that so that you can have this person. Because I really feel like looking at these that maybe this person is something that you want, but it may feel like it's unattainable to you. But what's coming to you is saying that, yes, you can. You have the passion and the drive. The 5 of Wands, again, speaks about being brave and having faith in yourself. I just get this feeling. I knew this was a person. And all the change that you're doing is going to lead you into a really good area in your life. You're definitely doing some personal changes on a very big scale. I mean, these are no joke. To see all 3 of these back to back, wow. And the Tower being your best path to follow. I rarely see this. And it's funny because just before I started doing this reading, I was thinking about this card, and sure enough, it pops up. You have to get rid of the things that may have held you back in relationships before if you're looking to strengthen or create a new relationship in your life. Those thoughts and those beliefs need to change. They need to come crashing down so that you can build something better, so that you're not feeling like relationships are a juggling act to you. But again, I feel like your instincts are going to guide you into the right area here, into a higher ground. And that higher ground, the Page of Wands. If you feel like this person may be like not attainable, this is saying that yes, if you want this person, even though they may be pursued by a lot of people, you can definitely have this in your life. And looking at it the other way, if what you're wanting to create in your life right now is an emotionally bonding relationship with a person that may be emotionally wise, If that's what you're trying to create right now, you're definitely taking the right steps here by looking at the way that you handled past relationships, getting your house in order, and getting rid of the limiting thoughts and beliefs that prevented you from having that. This reading is so unique. I love it. I love the way that it has so many different feelings to it. But again, the changes that you go through are going to lead you back into the light and out of the darkness, and your instincts are going to guide you to that higher ground.